Yo, what's up guys? I just wanted to start this video off by saying a massive congratulations to Help Me Plux and his team for winning this competition, and I honestly hope that you all spend the money wisely on buying tons of cookies or something, so definitely make sure you share. But massive congratulations to each and every one of you. Now, even though my team didn't manage to get the win, they all played fantastically well, and I just wanted to say a big well done to each and every one of you as well for taking part in this awesome competition with me. We did manage to get third position with a time of 3 minutes, 32 seconds and 4 milliseconds. Straight down to the milliseconds we see. And I kind of thought I'd share the video with you guys and to kind of explain the tactic that we used briefly. And I'm hoping that some of you can kind of use this as a heroic fort desolation guide, or at least kind of, use it slightly towards helping yourself get the kills. Now, our plan was to actually have the tank pull the first mobs back down the stairs and teleport himself back to Spid, who was our team leader, who continued to run up to the Conflagration to minimize all tank damage dealt on the tank and to get all the mobs grouped up in the room before Conflagration. Now, we had to have the rest of the raid at the entrance using no skills at all because we wasn't too sure what was actually starting the timer. And once the call for the teleport was coming in, we'd all teleport ourselves to Spid, and then we'd all start AoEing together, starting the timer with the AoE damage. Now, all of this kind of come really quickly. You put in big damage and they did get killed pretty quick. Now, we also made sure that there was no heals or any damage on the way up because, again, we didn't want to start the timer. So I thought I'd just get that point, put across. There was no time, so that's why I've recorded mine with the healing, and Spid actually recorded his with the damage, just to kind of show that nothing was done until we all teleported in. Once all the ads died, we actually had the team follow the leader just before we pulled the boss, because when you teleport from the boss pool, it did create more lag and the loading screen was a little bit longer. So this did make it a tiny bit quicker. Now, the run overall was all about fighting against the lag, and we'll come against that a little bit later on. Conflagration himself, however, was just a simple tank and spank boss, and we did have two teams, one on each corner of his leg. He went down super fast, as you can imagine. I'm sure most of you have killed him already, and there wasn't really much more to him besides just dealing damage as fast as possible. We just made sure we didn't use too many light sigils, because obviously light sigils did cause some lag, so we only had specific people using them. Once the boss hit roughly 40% HP, Spid made his way down towards the barrier to have someone port to him once the boss dies, to kind of, start the trash mobs as soon as we possibly could, because, it is a speed run. This is where most of the difficulty did come from though, however, and it was actually probably the likely cause and the biggest difference between the timed runs between the top teams. We had all DPS attack the first 4 monsters in between the staircase pillars, and we just let Spid continue running down, because obviously it's just about getting all the mobs pulled as soon as possible. So once Spid got to the middle room, we then had 2 squads, which were Rangers and Mystics, and 1 warrior to kind of get all 4 of the next mobs in the middle room towards the fountain, all grouped up, and we all start nuking those down. The warriors at the top and the rest of the other squad would be finishing off the first mobs, which kind of got killed as soon as Spid reached the bottom room, where he would pull them all up together and pull them to the staircase again in between the pillars. The reason we pulled them to the pillars was so that we could keep them all grouped together to maximize AoE damage. Now, once we finished the mobs in the middle room at the fountain, we had all the Mystics teleport to the main group at the bottom, but we did have the Rangers, just before the last mob died, start to run down the stairs, and they would roll down and start damaging. The reason we did this again is because of the lag. Basically, when the mobs were lagging, it was server lag, and they would actually be dead, but they would still stay up for a specific period of time. And yeah, we was just dealing damage that wasn't actually making any difference whatsoever. So it kind of just made the run slower in terms of that, as I'm sure you can kind of understand. Anyway, so it was all down to the final boss at this point, and that was Gorgana himself. We had to obviously have the tank pre-run to pull the boss as soon as possible, getting us into position and making the final sprint to the fire while trying to maximize our damage on the move. We had all range classes stacked on top of each other on a graphical marker that we set ourselves, and we had someone do a special countdown for when the orbs spawned. This was to kind of help time the red circle spawning, and so we could move as a whole raid together. If successful, we would all run behind the boss to maximize the damage, mostly from the gas set bonus, and so we can actually kill the boss before the orbs touch the fire, which honestly wasn't really ever an issue. We kind of had enough damage that the boss was going to die before the orbs even pretty much started moving. But most of the mistakes and the shields that we got on the boss was due to players using light sigils, which does kind of give the boss a shield. So remember, never use light sigils in phase 2 if you use this tactic. Never use sigils. This is the tactic that we did use for our run though, and I hope you have all enjoyed seeing it for yourselves and can potentially use some of this to speed up your own guild runs. Something we was unaware of though, up until now, and that is that you only need 4 rangers outside of the boss melee range, so basically at range distance, to get the circles placed on them and also the orbs. So the rest of you can actually just stay in melee range, maximizing your DPS. I really wish we knew this sooner, but nonetheless, you now know to do that for yourselves in your guild runs, and that should actually help a lot of you out as well. It will definitely help us out. So make sure you set your most reliable dodges for this role, and you should never hopefully see a shield on this boss ever again, unless if someone disconnects or uses our light sigil. Anyways, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and don't forget to drop me a like and sub for my sub for more content. And I will hopefully produce a lot more PvE videos for you in the near future. And again, a massive congratulations to Help Me Plox and his team for winning the competition. I am so jealous. Anyways, I'm messing. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. I'll see you all in my next video. Take it easy, guys. See ya.